Warning: Alan and JJ Johnson are not professional comedians. During this program, you will be exposed to unfiltered dad jokes in their most potent and raw form, dads telling them to each other. Watching this video may lead to serious physical harm, including facepalm concussions, head-shaking whiplash, and uncontrollable groaning. Proceed at your own risk.
Hey everybody, I'm Alan.
And I'm JJ.
And this is Two Dads and a Joke. And we're here to give you a six-pack of dad jokes, and a shot of parenting advice. And so, JJ, I know it seems kind of weird, but for some reason, I just got this elephant thing going on. I don't know what's going on with the elephants. I don't know why. I've been thinking about elephants.
It's a weird thing to think about, man.
I know. I don't know. It doesn't seem to have any correlation to anything going on, but elephants came to mind. And so, but here's a big question. Like, I saw an elephant, like, on the freeway the other day. Do you know what it was doing?
No.
About 2 miles an hour.
All right. So, you know what the scarf said to the hat?
What did the scarf say to the hat?
You go on ahead. I'm gonna hang for a while.
Wow.
That's random.
I don't know where that came from. That's the beauty
quality.
of Two Dads. Yes, there's
Right.
quality stuff, and we have it out on the social media at Two Dads and a Joke. You'll see us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're always throwing out things. We've got some great followers out there that are following us. We're following them. We do like shares, all that stuff. I found a good one on Instagram the other day. At dad_joking. So at dad_joking. Why do you never see elephants hiding in trees?
No idea.
Because they're so good at it. What's that? It just fit the elephant theme. I don't know. I had to pick it. It just fit.
Oh man, you're gonna get me all choked up.
Well, I think he was taking lessons from Drax.
Yes, there you go. So.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move, and I'm gonna become invisible. You ready for this?
Okay.
I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I've become invisible to the eye.
Invisible, right? I'm totally invisible.
I honestly thought you were frozen up. So anyway, so my kids love dinosaurs. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what you call a dinosaur that explodes?
What do you call a dinosaur that explodes?
I don't know, but a dynamite.
Oh, wow.
Boy. It's
Dynamite. It's late.
Oh, man.
So, I've been just, caught up in this whole elephant thing, and, I heard about this elephant that was called in to testify in court. Can you believe that?
An elephant.
Yeah, I mean, originally I thought it might have been a kangaroo court, but no, they were taking it really serious, the way they did this stuff, and so the elephant came in, gave his testimony. It was all a big deal, but in the end it was thrown out. You know why?
Why?
The elephant turned out to be an irrelevant.
What?
Irrelevant, right? Irrelevant. Come on, that was good.
Oh man.
No, it wasn't that good. Wasn't as bad as the episode a couple weeks back, though. That week, I don't know. I don't think I got a laugh out of you.
Yeah. We've had some terrible ones. So let's just, both of us have. Yeah. All right. We're ready to move on.
So we're closing out Proverbs 2:22, and this is kind of the most serious one that we're going to talk about. It says, "But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressors shall be rooted out of it." And so last week we talked about that dwelling and the fact that, and really kind of the last couple of weeks have been focused on your relationships with other people and all that sort of stuff. And I do think it's important, especially as parents and thinking about your kids, is helping them understand what happens kind of around them when they fall into the traps. Because I know that as I was a teenager, I made some pretty bad choices. And there were a lot of consequences for that. I mean, what about you, JJ? When you thought about this when you were the transgressor, how did that turn out?
Yeah, it didn't turn out too well. So, I had a rough upbringing, and, you can go and read about that on my website. I have it out there. And, I made a lot of poor decisions. And it took me a long time to realize that the most satisfying path you can get on is a path of wisdom, which is really a path of life. And that's the path that follows Christ every single day. That is hard to do because following God is demanding, trusting God is demanding, but it's doable. And it's doable because you got people around you who care about you. But getting off of that path and trying to choose to do life your own way only really kind of leads you to a life that's unsatisfying. I know a lot of successful people in the business world. You and I both work in the business world. But I also know that those who sometimes, and this is just in my line of work, sometimes the most successful ones also are the ones that are most unhappy as well. And the ones that sort of live life for nothing more than simply their work and the money they make. And there's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with having a job that you love. But if that's all you have, and that's all you go to work and looking forward to every single day, that's a life that's really going to lead you to nothing more but just loneliness and pain. And I see it every single day in the business world that I'm in. And it's hard. It's hard because people just don't choose to listen when we try to tell them, hey, there is a better life than you've ever dreamed of. And so I've made a lot of poor choices. I did a lot of things in life growing up that, looking back on them, I wondered, how in the world did I survive? But at the same time. At the same time, it's just kind of like, I also look back and I can see and pinpoint every place where I'm like, I didn't realize it then, but God was working in this situation to open this door, and then open this door, and then open this door. And sometimes you don't always recognize it when you're right there. And then you sit back and you're thinking, why did he open the door? I was such a punk back then, but it's gotten me to where I am now today. And am I perfect? No. Am I the perfect husband? Absolutely not. Am I a perfect father? No. But I want to strive to be. And I know that the only way that's going to happen is if I continue to study His Word daily, dig into it, and apply the principles of life based upon the wisdom that I'm gaining from studying His Word. And that's a life that's satisfying, and it's a life that's work. And but it's a lot better than the alternative, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, when I looked at this and thought about it, I just remember there was a period of time where I had some really good friends that were on the right path, and then I met some people as a teenager that really they weren't following God's word. They weren't listening to their parents and their wisdom, and I got caught up with them and just ended up going down the wrong path. And when I think about the previous verse about dwelling in the land, prior to that, I had good friends that weren't doing the wrong things, and there was a peace in my life. And the more I got caught up with these other kids, I really was not at peace, and you could really say I was cut off from the earth, right? I was thrown out. And so, with my own kids, that's something I try to have conversations about. Who are their friends? What's going on? Where are they going? Are they getting caught up with people that are giving them, the wrong advice? And I don't always catch it. I mean, that's the other problem as a parent, is you don't always catch when your kids are going down that wrong road. And so you hope that things like the Proverbs will at least help them see that, hey, if you're headed there, you need to find your way back. I do think that one of the things that's going to be interesting as the dust settles on all this quarantine situation, I'm going to be really curious to see how many people's kids, the kids ended up having conversations with their parents. And this is, advice to you parents. Have a conversation about what road they're on with their friends. I mean, you're closer to them and they're kind of cut off from people that they've been with. Now it's kind of the right time to be having some questions about who are your kids spending time with. Because there may very well be that this is the opportunity to cut those bad relationships and help them dwell in the land with good relationships. And I think it's different. I mean, if this had happened when we were kids, it would have been on a phone call maybe, but the internet and the computers and all that, makes keeping track of everything. Yeah, keeping track of everybody way different. But I still say that, from a technology perspective, that can go both ways. But this is an opportunity, since you're closer to your kids, to really engage with them. But that elephant in the quarantine, he's it's not going to work out for him. You know why?
Why is that?
Well, he can't use a computer. He's got a real challenge. Could you guess what his challenge is to using a computer?
No.
He's too afraid of the mouse.
Oh, so a couple weeks ago, I was joking around with my kids about how, the iPad and the smart TV, it can see you and spy on you, and they started getting worried that hey, people are spying on me. And I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. The smartphone, the iPad, they're not spying on you. I was like, you know why? Because the vacuum's been gathering dirt on you for years.
Nice. Oh, JJ. Well, folks, it's been good. We'll catch you all next time.
I'll see you.